Good evening. I'm Larry Weisberg.
And I'm Doug Goldstein.
And this is Purim Update.
Or as we like to call it, PU.
Wait. Something's different around here. It's different than usual. Last year was different. I can't quite put my finger on it. There's something really different.
Is that a new shirt?
Oh, that's it. Thanks, Doug.
Our top story tonight, and this is big. The Efrat swimming pool is finally, after all these years, just about to open its doors.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. What are you thinking?
Our real top story tonight is the weather. This has been one of the rainiest winters in years.
PU has learned that since the beginning of the rainy season, the Kinneret has risen 80 centimeters, rising a record 23 centimeters in one day on January 9th, 2020. We'll keep our eye on this story as details pour in.
In world news, the coronavirus continues to spread, causing many countries, including Israel, to cancel flights and issue quarantine orders to passengers coming from China, Thailand, Japan, Italy, South Korea, Spain, Austria, and Switzerland. And now they're thinking of adding Holland and the U.S. So, Doug, where are you taking your vacation this year?
Well, Larry, we were thinking of going to Spain, but we had to cancel. So now we'll come to you. It's just me and my wife, and the 4 kids, and their in-laws, and our granddaughter.
Not to change the subject, but, I'm curious. Any idea where the name coronavirus came from? Who decided to name it Corona?
I believe it was the guys at Heineken. Speaking of diseases, it will come as no surprise that Israel has been diagnosed with a disease of its own. With 3 elections in the past year, our country seems to be suffering from a horrendous case of electile dysfunction.
With no cure for this disease, PU News, along with the Efrat Moetzah, has, for your convenience, distributed a new magnet which shows, instead of candle lighting times, the dates of Israel's future elections.
In national news, Israel's postal system has been brought to its knees by the massive number of Amazon orders that have arrived since November.
Not coincidentally, the year is Tashap. And indeed, that is exactly what Israelis have been trying to do all year at Amazon, to shop. Over 15 million Amazon packages have arrived in Israel since November. True figure. Half of them apparently to Efrat, and half of those to Rehov Koresh and Rehov Menorah.
As such, the lines at the Efrat post office have been getting longer, and longer, and longer, and longer. Due to the unprecedented number of Amazon packages arriving in Efrat daily, the Moetzah has announced plans to open additional branches of the post office in Efrat. This weather update just in. As of February 26th, the water level in the Kinneret had reached just 99 centimeters below full capacity. During high tide and stormy weather, the Kinneret now frequently floods its banks. What are you doing, Larry?
Nothing. Just don't want to be caught high and dry.
In the religious world, hundreds of thousands of Jews worldwide celebrated the completion of the 7.5-year cycle of daily Talmud study known as Daf Yomi. The men had their siyum on January 1st.
And 3,300 women participated on January 5th.
The youngest woman to ever mark this achievement is Efrat's own 17-year-old Hila Schlackman of Zayat.
Inspired by Hila's achievement and hoping that their children might someday break Hila's record, Efrat mothers have now begun teaching Daf Yomi to their toddlers.
And some are starting even earlier. This just in, more weather. A great example of the levels of the Kinneret rising. A lot of what was dry land for years now completely submerged Oh, come on, Larry.
What? I just want to be prepared. You don't have to make waves, you know.
Moving right along, if you're one of the 500,000 people that use the tunnel road every morning between 7 and 9 a.m., you will be happy to know that the new tunnels and the new road are progressing nicely. Although the tunnel will take longer to complete, the new road should be done within 1 year, which is great because it will open up 2 more lanes in each direction. Then we will have 7 lanes merging into 1 instead of only 5. Talk about progress.
In more tunnel news, PU News noticed a series of electrical outlets running along the wall of the shorter tunnel. Our investigators were informed that they were installed as a public service, so people stuck in the tunnels during Pekakim could use their downtime more efficiently.
In local news, the Moetzah has released its plans for the Tamar mountainside in the spirit of Mount Rushmore. Although the original plan was to honor Efrat's founder, Moshe Mashkovitz, as well as previous mayors, Inon Achiman, Eli Mizrahi, and Eitan Golan, PU News has discovered that Mayor Oded Ravivi has come up with a new plan, which Oded said will look much better.
With the incredible success of the color-coded recycle bins, making it really easy to identify which items belong to which bin, the Moetzah Datit has announced a new program whereby the shuls of Efrat will also be color-coded to make each shul easier to identify and so you know which one you want to attend.
The traditional, regular Ashkenazi shuls will be all white.
The Sephardi and Taimani shuls, brown.
The shuls where there are a lot of Americans. The shuls slated for destruction, black.
The shuls with long drashot, gray.
The shul where women give drashot and do the Haftorah, pink.
Shuls that have great candy men, red dye number 5. And in the future, who knows?
More weather, just in. Sources have confirmed that if the water level in the Kinneret continues to rise, the Jordan floodgates will be opened, releasing water into the Jordan River, which will eventually reach the Dead Sea. The last time those gates were opened were in 1992. But hey, that's water under the bridge, right?
And in business news, it is now official. Thanks. And in business news, it is now official. Siftach Coffee, located near the northern Mahsom, has been bought out by none other than Starbucks.
In honor of the opening of the Efrat branch, Starbucks has created a new flavor, falafel frappuccino. Because who doesn't like hummus in his coffee?
And spurred by early positive feedback about the upcoming opening in Beit Shemesh, IKEA has announced another new branch, this one right outside Efrat. Yeah, we all wish. And finally tonight, the neighborhood of Tamar has opened its pluralistic school and is attracting a diverse group of students as intended.
In this class photo, we see Chaim,
And Sarah.
and Rivka, and Tomer, and Natasha.
And the rest of their classmates who are bussed in from El Khadr, Abdallah Ibrahim, and Wadi Nis.
This just in, the Kinneret continues to rise, and at this rate,
I'm ready. And if not the Kinneret, I'm ready for Efrat's pool. I hear it's opening next year.
and that's the news.
Good night
And happy Purim.